We're about a week away from my channel having been dormant for 4 months. I've still been around replying to comments and such, but it's been way too long since my last video. That's not to say I haven't tried making a few videos since then, but for one reason or another, those plans all fell through. The Witcher 3 was a game I had been looking forward to since it was first announced. It's a beautiful action RPG with the system requirements to back it up. I can play it just fine with some settings lowered, but recording a video has been problematic. At some point, maybe it makes more sense to grab the console versions instead. However, I'm a PC gamer, and I like to play games on my platform of choice, which sometimes with my hardware makes recording video a bit tricky. Another video is going to be on Omega Quintet. I already wasn't having a good time with the game, however when it decided to crash between long saves, I said screw it and turned it off. At that point I started trying to make at least some sort of video out of it, but rather than release a half-assed video, I decided to scrap it. This kind of put me off trying Neptunia Rebirth 2 as well. Now, these aren't the only 2 games that I've scrapped videos on before. Last year I didn't release videos for Dragon Age Inquisition or Lords of the Fallen. Dragon Age was in the same boat as The Witcher 3, but by the time enough patches hit the game that I could record video, I had lost interest in doing so. Lords of the Fallen was a bit different. I still had my full playthrough recorded, I just wasn't satisfied with the results of my video. As I'm a big fan of the Souls series, it was a lot of me just comparing the 2 together, which wasn't really helpful. I actually quite liked the game, though it had many flaws. I was stoked to hear that they're going to be making a sequel. I hope they can take what they learned from the first game and make something that can stand on its own. With that out of the way, there are going to be some changes to the channel. First off, I want to make more videos, so I plan to have at least 1 a month for the rest of 2015. 6 videos doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not, but of the RPGs coming out that I want to play, it's what I can safely commit to. Another change, however, is that I want to start making videos on games that aren't exactly RPGs. Rather than getting caught up on what makes an RPG an RPG, I'm just going to say, expect non-RPGs on the channel. Think more niche and less mainstream in that regard. And lastly, although I currently have no specific plans, I want to check out some older RPGs that I never had the chance to play. I'm not sure on what format this will take, but at some point don't be surprised to see some older games appear on the channel. This is all in addition to the synopsis videos. Those will always have my top priority. Tomorrow, or well, if that doesn't happen then early next week, I'll have a short video about Final Fantasy X and HD remasters in general. I didn't want to do a synopsis on the title, but I did want to ramble on a bit. I appreciate everyone who took the time to listen to all of this, and that have stuck around after the content gap. Next month will mark 1 year since I created the channel. What started as a strange Zillia walkthrough has turned into a channel giving impressions on new releases to being dead a few months. I think it's about time I start the channel again. I have a special video in the works for next month about a game I really enjoyed as a 1-year anniversary sort of thing. Hopefully it turns out well. That's about all I have to say. Here's the more videos coming out, and until next time, take care everyone.